Hi students, welcome to English grammar class. Students, in the earlier lesson number 11, we learned what are verbs. We understood that verbs are action words. They are also known as doing words. Today in chapter number 12, we will learn about verbs to be. Is, am, are, was, were, will be, shall be. So let's begin. Use of is, am, are. Now when do we use the verbs is, am, are, students? Is, am and are used in the present tense. So here we have understood that verbs are also related to the tenses. The three tenses are past tense, present tense and future tense. Present tense is about the present time, what is happening right now. So is, am and are used whenever we are speaking in the present time. Am is used only with I. Is used with singular nouns and pronouns. He, she, it, etc. Singular nouns are nouns when we speak of one person, and pronouns are the words used instead of nouns, that is he, she, it, etc. Are is used with plural nouns and pronouns. Plural noun means when more than one person has been spoken about. For example, you, they, we. Now let's see the use of is, am and are in sentences. Look at the first picture, students. Riti is my friend. Here the verb to be used is because we are speaking about one girl, Riti. Mom and dad are sitting silently. Plural noun. Mom and dad. There is more than one noun. So that is why we have put the verb to be are. I am going now. Am is used when there is I in the sentence. Now, the words that describe about something or some person to be of a particular kind or at a particular place are verbs to be. What are verbs to be, students? Verbs to be are the words that tell us something about some person or some object which is of a particular kind or at a particular place. To understand this concept of verbs to be in a better way, let's revise. Question number A. Look at these pictures and make sentences using is, am or are. So students, look at the first picture. You can see there is a boy and there is a girl. What are they doing? They are reading a book. So we will write the sentence. The children are reading. Why did we use the verb to be are, students? Because this is a plural noun. There are two children in this picture. So more than one noun makes plural noun. The children are reading. Sentence number 2, you can see the picture. There are 3 dogs. There is more than one dog. There are 3 dogs. Again plural noun. So when we write the sentence, we write it as the dogs are standing. Here, students, there is a plural noun because there is more than one dog. So whenever there is plural noun or pronoun, you will add the verb to be are to refer to them. Sentence number 3, you can see there is a picture of a class where the teacher is teaching students. How many teachers are there, students? Only one teacher is there. But students are many. So now when we write here, we will write the teacher is teaching. We have used the verb to be is because there is only one teacher in the class. It's a singular noun. Now, sentence number 4. Look at the picture. You can see there is a boy and there is a girl. They are playing football. So, this is a plural noun. When there is more than one person, you will say it is a plural noun. So, whenever there is a plural noun, students, we use the verb to be are. The children are playing. Now, students, we go to the next part of our lesson. Use of was, were. Now, the verb to be was and were refer to actions that have taken place earlier. Taken place earlier means that time is over. It is in the past. Okay. So, was and were are the verbs to be which are used in the past tense, means that which time is over. So, now we will study these tables. When is use of he was late for the function. The function is already over, students, and he was late. She was in her room. Sheetal was building sand castles. Use of were. We were at the shop. You were reading. They were late for class. My parents were in the car. Now, if you look carefully at both the table, students, all the sentences are in past tense. Past tense means the time or that situation is over. It is completed and then we are speaking of it. Now, we will revise question number B. Now, fill in the blanks with was or were. Remember, students, verbs to be was and were refer to the actions that have taken place earlier. Sentence number 1. Shalu went to Mansi's house. She dash not at home. She was not at home. Gaurav dash not in school yesterday afternoon. Yesterday is the day that is already over. Okay. So, we will write Gaurav was not in school yesterday afternoon. My uncle and my father dash in Mohali. My uncle and my father were in Mohali. Why? They were there. Now they are not in Mohali, but they were in Mohali. Sentence number 4. Many students dash absent yesterday. Yesterday is a day that is already over. Alright, it has finished. So, we will write many students were absent yesterday. Now, question number C. Rewrite the sentences using the correct word from the brackets. So, students, the sentence is given and we have the options in the bracket. What are these options? They are the verbs to be options. What are verbs to be? The words that describe about something or some person. To be in a particular kind or in a particular place are called verbs to be. So, sentence number 1. Ritu is alone at home. So, we will choose Ritu is alone at home because at present she is alone at home. She is alone at home. Next, they were in the garden. So, we will write they were in the garden. She were a good artist. So, we will say she is a good artist. She is a good artist. Because she is still a good artist. She is still a artist and she is a good artist. So we have chosen the verb to be is. Garima is going to Rahul's house last Saturday. Last Saturday is over last week. The time has already taken place. The action has already taken place. So we will choose Garima was. Garima was going to Rahul's house last Saturday. Full stop. And sentence number 5. I were very tired and hungry yesterday evening. Actions has already taken place earlier. When was it? Yesterday evening. So we will write I was very tired and hungry yesterday evening. Now, use of shall be, will be, verbs to be. You use will to indicate that you hope, think, or are sure that something is going to happen. So students, when we are hopeful, we use will. Shall be is used with I and we only. So whenever we write the pronouns I and we in the sentence, that is when you use the verb to be shall be. Will be is used for all other nouns and pronouns. So when do we use will be in a sentence? Whenever we are talking about nouns and pronouns. So let's look at these pictures to understand in a better way. First picture is of a girl. She will be an intelligent girl. They will be at home. I shall be careful. There will be a pup. So students, we use will to indicate that we are hopeful, or whenever we think we are sure about something or that something is surely going to happen, that is when we use the verb to be will in the sentence. Will be and shall be are used in the future tense. So now we have moved on to the future tense. That means the time that has not yet come, the time that is going to come, the things that are going to happen in some time. They show what a state of something or someone in the future will be. So, will be and shall be in sentences are used when we are speaking about the future time, when the time that is yet to come, the things that are yet to take place. They also tell us about something or someone in the future time. So let's revise here on page number 44, question number D. Look at these pictures and make sentences using shall be or will be. Look at the first picture, students. On the right side, you can see this is a zoo and there is an elephant and a bear. And there are some people who are visiting the animals in the zoo. So whenever we have to make a sentence using shall be or will be, we will say they will be animals at the zoo. Okay, so we are sure that there will be animals in the zoo. So we write there will be animals at the zoo. Second, you see in this next picture there are two boys. They are sitting at the table for their meal. Alright, there is food served, there is water in the glass. So what will we write? They will be eating together. They will be eating together. We are very sure that these two boys are going to eat this meal together. That's why we have written will be. Now, Third one, look at these hills, right? They are hills. So when we write about this hill picture, we will write it as there shall be mountains one day. So today these are small hills, but we are very hopeful that in future time there will be tall and huge and big and vast mountains. So we write they shall be mountains one day. So students, whenever we are hopeful about something or someone in the future, so that is when we write shall be and will be in the sentence. Students, on page number 45, we have question number E. Fill in the blanks using will be or shall be. Here again students, will be and shall be are used in the future tense. That means in the time to come. First, it dash raining there. It will be raining there. Students, remember that will be is used for all other nouns and pronouns, but shall be is used only with I and we. Now next, children dash playing cricket. Children here is the noun. It's a common noun, so we will write will be. Children will be playing cricket. I dash in the class. I here is the pronoun, and whenever there is I and we in the sentence, dear students, we add shall be. I shall be in the class. Next, you dash a naughty boy. Now, you is a pronoun. So, we will write you will be a naughty boy. We dash the winners. Whenever there is we in the sentence and we are speaking about the future possibility, we will use shall be. We shall be the winners. Now, question number F. Look at the pictures and answer the question. Students, you have to look at the picture. What are the children doing in the first picture? The children are sleeping. So, you have to write the answer here. The children are sleeping. Full stop. Next picture. You see, what are the boys doing? One boy here, he is swimming. So, you will write here, the boys are swimming. In this way. Third question. Who was lying on the road? Who's lying on the road, students? A man was lying on the road. Why are we writing in past tense? Because here we have the verb to be was. A man was lying on the road. What are the spectators doing? Students, what are the spectators are doing? They are watching the match. They all are sitting and they are watching the match. So, we will write here the spectators. Who are the spectators here, students? The audience. Okay. The spectators are watching the match. It is happening at present. So, that is why we have used the verb to be are. Question number G. Fill in the blanks with am, are, will be or shall be. Now students, we have to solve this and we have to first read the sentence, then fill in with the suitable verb to be. I dash the strongest in my class. I shall be the strongest in my class. I shall be the strongest in my class. Why? Because shall be is used with I. Second, Rupal dash a doctor after 2 years. Rupal will be a doctor after 2 years. We use will be for nouns and pronouns when we are sure about something going to happen in the future. They dash not in the ground. Yes, students. They dash not in the ground. They are not in the ground. It is present tense, hence we use the verb to be are with the pronoun they. I dash laughing in the future. I shall be laughing in the future. You dash trying to make me fool. You are trying to make me fool. I dash going to mall with my father. We use the verb to be shall be when the pronoun when the pronoun I is in the sentence. We will use the verb to be shall be for the future tense. We dash not ready to take this challenge. We are not ready to take this challenge. The verb to be are is used when the pronouns are in the present tense and they are plural. So we here is more than one person, hence the verb to be are is used. And the last sentence for this lesson is children dash visiting the circus tomorrow. Children means more than one child. It's a plural noun. So we will use children will be visiting the circus tomorrow. So students, today we have learned the verbs to be, I, am, are, was, were, will be and shall be and their uses in sentences. Students, we use is, am and are in the present tense. Then we learned that the use of was and were takes place when we are speaking about the past tense, and we use shall be and will be when we speak of something that is possible to happen in the future tense. Thank you so much for joining me in this lecture, students. Best of luck and complete your notes on time. Be safe. I will meet you in the next grammar class.